Hello guys, it's teacher Yolanda here. Welcome to session 20. At session 20, we're going to need our homework notebook and our English notebook. Also, our vocabulary lists, in particular the verbs ones. We're going to check verbs today, okay? So, if we start exactly where we last left, we have to find our verb that says pass, okay? Pass. We're working at page 7 of the vocabulary, okay? Page 7, and find the verb pass. We're going to check the pronunciation of these verbs and also the spelling forms. So, this is an illustration of pass. Again, pass. All of these people are passing. Yes, they're walking and they're walking past each other. They're passing. So, let's pay attention to our verb conjugation. Okay? So, let's do this. It is pass, passes. It is a regular verb. So the past is past and the past participle is also past. The present participle, it's going to be passing. It's important that we pay attention that all of these have double S, pass. Now, what do you think this verb is depicting? This one is depicting fly. Again, fly. The airplane is flying. Okay, now let's check our verb. You know this one, it's very easy. It's fly, but when we have to add an S, it becomes like this. Flies. Pay attention, we have to add the I-E-S. Flies. The past, some of you pronounce it incorrectly. The past is flew. Again, flew. It rhymes with the color blue. It's flew. Okay, again, flew. The past participle is flown. Flown. And our present participle is like this. Flying. Flying. Pay attention to this part. We have Y and I. Flying. What do you think this verb is? This verb is offer. Again, offer. The witch is offering Snow White an apple. Offer. Again, offer. Now let's do the verb. It is like this. It's with a double F. Offer. When we add an S, it's just an S. Offers. It's a regular verb, so the past is offered and the past participle is offered too. Our present participle form, it's offering. Again, offer. Now, what is this activity? Do you know? It's bake. Again, bake. Bake. We saw it in our cooking unit, okay? So, let's write, well, I don't like this one because it's too light, so let's write it with this one. It's bake. We only add an S. Bakes. It's a regular verb, so the past and the past participle are baked. Listen, baked, baked. And the present participle is baking, baking. This person is baking a cake. It looks like a cake, maybe. Next, scratch, scratch. The cat is scratching this post. Scratch. Again, scratch. You can scratch yourself too when something is itchy. Now, let's write our conjugation here. Scratch. Can you see this silent letter? It's the T. We don't mention the T, we just say scratch. Now, when we add an S, it's a little bit different. It's scratches. It's a regular verb, so both the past and past participle are scratched, scratched. Again, listen to this part. Scratched. And the present participle is just scratching, scratching. So in this one we have a comic strip. Let's read the comic strip. It says, "Can I start you off with a nice soup bone?" What do you think the dog in the middle is doing? This one. He is suggesting. Okay? The verb is suggest. Again, suggest. Let's write it here. It is with a double G. It's suggest. When we add an S, is suggests. It's regular, but it ends with a T. So the sound is a little bit stronger than we usually do. It's suggested. Again, suggested. The present participle is suggesting. I don't have a space, sorry. Suggesting. Next, well, I guess this is obvious, right? These two people are really thankful. So what are they doing? The verb is think. When we add an S, is thinks. It's regular, so the past and the past participle are both thinked. Again, thinked. Pay attention, this sound is with some air, is th. You have to take your tongue out from your mouth, is thanked. And the present participle is going to be thanking. Okay, thanking. Do you know what this illustration depicts? Rice. Again, rice, and it's not arroz. The sun is rising. It's early in the morning, and the sun is rising. Okay, it's going out, it's rising. So, what are we going to do here? It's like this. Rise. With an S, rises. This verb is irregular. That means that the past and the past participle are different, okay? The past is rose, yes, like the flower. And the past participle is risen. Again, risen. And the present participle is rising, rising. This illustration shows a human giving some plants, which are food, to a giraffe. Do you know what this verb is? It's feed. Again, feed. 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 The woman is feeding the baby. Okay, let's write this verb. It's feed with an S, feeds, and it's irregular. The past and the past participle are both fed. Again, fed. And the present participle is feeding. Okay? It's feeding. Oh, sorry. I thought I chose the correct one, but I didn't. It's feeding. Okay? So again, when we have a double E is E, but this one is E. Feed, feeds, fed, fed, feeding. This one we saw the other day. Do you remember? We saw it in our story from vocabulary. But well, anyways, let's check it again, just because it's in our list. And we know that you're supposed to know what this verb is. It is grow, grows, and the past, how do you pronounce this? It's grew. Do you remember? Like the villain of Despicable Me? Grew. It's similar to flew, okay? Grew, flew, blew, grew. The past participle is grown. Present participle, growing. Now, these two men, they are players of the Miami Dolphins. But what are they doing? Do you know what that position and that action is? That is kneel. Kneel. Remember that these are your knees. Yes. So when you put your knees on the floor, the verb is kneel. And kneel could be both regular or irregular, depending if it is American or British. So let's begin with this. It is written like knee, but we are going to add an L. Kneel. With an S is going to be kneels. The past, as I said, it could be regular or irregular, so it could be kneeled, or it could be also this one. It's knelt. Okay, again, knelt. Can you see? So it could be kneel, kneels, kneel, knelt, or knelt, knelt. I repeat, kneel, kneels, knelt. This one is knelt. Okay? Kneel, kneels, knelt, knelt for American English. For British English, kneel, kneels, knelt, knelt. And the present participle is exactly the same for both regions. It would be kneeling. Okay? Kneeling. What do you think this man is crying for? He's crying because he lost. So this illustration is showing the verb lose. Again, lose. Again, lose. Lose. You can also lose some weight. Again, lose. Lose. This person over here lost the keys. Lose. So this one it's irregular. Let's write the conjugation here. It's lose. Well, It looks like a B, sorry. It's lose, loses, lost, lost. The present participle is losing. Now you know this verb. This happens to you a lot. It's when you have blood coming out from you. Yes? So, this poor man is bleeding from his nose. So, the verb is like this. It's bleed with an S. Bleeds. It's irregular. So the past and the past participle are different. They are bled, bled. Like kneel, can you see? When we have a double E, it's kneel. In this case, is bleed. Knelt with one E, and here is bled with one E. If we want to write the present participle, it's going to be bleeding, like this, bleeding. This verb, we also saw it in the story fun story. This verb is the verb that you use when you pick one. When you have lots of options, but you only pick one. What was that? That was choose. With an S, chooses. It was irregular, so the past is chose. And the past participle is chosen. Present participle, choosing. Again, choose, chooses, chose, chosen, choosing. This person over here chose this man. This illustration, I guess it's easy, right? The little boy is dreaming. So let's check this verb. It's dream, dreams. Now we have another verb with a difference between American and British English. The past could be regular or irregular. Regular for American English, dreamed, but for British English, it's going to be dreamt. The present participle is exactly the same for both places. It's dreaming. So let's check. For American English, it would be dream, dreams, dream, dream, dreaming. For British English, on the other hand, is dream, dreams, dreamt, dreamt, dreaming. What is this woman doing? Or this man, I don't know. When you do that, you are lighting. Yes, like light. Like the one that you have above your head, maybe right now. Light. You light the fire of the stove. Light. Again, this person is lighting the fire. So, let's write it. It's light, lights, and guess what? It's irregular. So we're going to write lit, lit. And the present participle is lighting. Again, light, lights, lit, lit, lighting. Next, this man is looking for something. Actually, this verb is a synonym of look for. This verb is seek. Seek is to look for. With an S, it's six. It sounds like the number, 6. It is irregular. The past and past participle both are sought. Again, sought. We are not going to pronounce these and these. Sought. Again, sought. But you have to write it, okay? And the past participle is exactly the same. Sought. present participle is seeking. Okay, and it's a synonym of search, it's a synonym of look for. Now, what is this woman doing? It's so clear, but do you know how to say it in English? It is saw. Again, saw. Like the past of see. See, saw, seen. It sounds so, or like so beautiful. So. With an S, it's sows. And good news is it's regular maybe, but the past participle could be also irregular. So the past is sowed, but in British English, the past participle is sown. The present participle is sowing. Okay, so again, it could be sow, sows, sowed, sewed, sewing for American English. Now for British English is sow, sows, sewed, sown, sewing. Next, what is this man doing? Well, you have done it too. He's sending emails, or he's sending planes, he's sending messages, right? This verb is more or less known by all of us. It's send, sends, irregular, sent, sent, and our present participle is sending, send. Okay, this verb, it looks delicious, right? We saw this verb in the cooking unit in our students' book, in the space restaurant unit. This person is spreading peanut butter and toast. Again, spread. So, let's write it here. Spread, spreads. It's irregular, but good news is it's exactly the same. So the past and the past participle is again spread, spread. So it's so easy. It's like cut, cut, cut. This one is spread, spread, spread. And the present participle is spreading. Like that. Spread. Again, spread. This verb, well, this verb is easy. What is this man doing? This man is pointing, right? So let's write it. Point, it's regular, so it's point, points. Past and past participle the same, pointed. Again, pointed. And present participle, pointing, pointing. Last but not least, today we have a class in Zoom. Please pay attention to the instructions. We have to copy the verbs, we have to look up a sentence, and we have some simple exercises to do with them. See you in a few minutes. Please do the activities. Bye.